Jack Roosevelt Robinson, born January 31, 1919 and died October 24, 1972, was an American professional baseball player who became the first African American to play in Major League Baseball in the modern era. Robinson broke the baseball color line when he started at first base for the Brooklyn Dodgers on April 15, 1947. When the Dodgers signed Robinson, they heralded the end of racial segregation in professional baseball that had relegated black players to the Negro leagues since the 1880s. Robinson was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962. During his 10-year MLB career, Robinson won the inaugural Rookie of the Year award in 1947, was an All-Star for 6 consecutive seasons from 1949 through 1954, and won the National League Most Valuable Player award in 1949, the first black player so honored. Robinson played in 6 World Series and contributed to the Dodgers' 1955 World Series championship. In 1997, MLB retired his uniform number 42 across all major league teams. He was the first professional athlete in any sport to be so honored. MLB also adopted a new annual tradition, Jackie Robinson Day, for the first time on April 15, 2004, on which every player on every team wears number 42. Robinson's character, his use of non-violence, and his talent challenged the traditional basis of segregation that had then marked many other aspects of American life. He influenced the culture of and contributed significantly to the civil rights movement. 7-8. Robinson also was the first black television analyst in MLB and the first black vice president of a major American corporation, chock-full on nuts. In the 1960s, he helped establish a Freedom National Bank, an African-American-owned financial institution based in Harlem, New York. After his death in 1972, Robinson was posthumously awarded the Congressional Gold Medal and Presidential Medal of Freedom in recognition of his achievements on and off the field. Robinson's major league debut brought an end to approximately 60 years of segregation in professional baseball, known as the baseball color line. After World War II, several other forces were also leading the country toward increased equality for blacks, including their accelerated migration to the north, where their political clout grew, and President Harry Truman's desegregation of the military in 1948. Robinson's breaking of the baseball color line and his professional success symbolized these broader changes and demonstrated that the fight for equality was more than simply a political matter. Civil rights movement leader Martin Luther King Jr. said that he was a legend and a symbol in his own time, and that he challenged the dark skies of intolerance and frustration. According to historian Doris Kearns Goodwin, Robinson's efforts were a monumental step in the civil rights revolution in America. His accomplishments allowed black and white Americans to be more respectful and open to one another and more appreciative of everyone's abilities. Beginning his major league career at the relatively advanced age of 28, he played only 10 seasons from 1947 through 1956, all of them for the Brooklyn Dodgers. During his career, the Dodgers played in 6 World Series, and Robinson himself played in 6 All-Star games. In 1999, he was posthumously named to the Major League Baseball All-Century team. Robinson's career is generally considered to mark the beginning of the post-long ball era in baseball, in which a reliance on raw power hitting gave way to balanced offensive strategies that used foot speed to create runs through aggressive base running. Robinson exhibited the combination of hitting ability and speed which exemplified the new era. He scored more than 100 runs in 6 of his 10 seasons, averaging more than 110 runs from 1947 through 1953, had a .311 career batting average, a .409 career on-base percentage, a .474 slugging percentage, and substantially more walks than strikeouts with 740 compared to 291. Robinson was one of only 2 players during the span of 47 through 56 to accumulate at least 125 steals while registering a slugging percentage over .425. He accumulated 197 stolen bases in total, including 19 steals of home. None of the latter were double steals, in which a player stealing home is assisted by a player stealing another base at the same time. Robinson has been referred to by author David Faulkner as the father of modern base stealing. Historical statistical analysis indicates Robinson was an outstanding fielder throughout his 10 years in the major leagues and at virtually every position he played. After playing his rookie season at first base, Robinson spent most of his career as a second baseman. He led the league in fielding among second basemen in 1950 and 1951. Toward the end of his career, he played about 2,000 innings at third base and about 1,175 innings in the outfield, excelling at both. Assessing himself, Robinson said, quote, "I'm not concerned with your liking or disliking me. All I ask is that you respect me as a human being." End quote. Regarding Robinson's qualities on the field, Leo Durocher said, quote, "You want a guy that comes to play. This guy didn't just come to play. He come to beat you up. He come to stuff a goddamn bat right up your ass."